Hello, Jacob. And, boy, let's just say this particular game on Sunday is going to be a pretty big matchup. Even if it is just, the Detroit Lions. Because, again, we can never take the Detroit Lions lightly. Remember Week 5? Yeah. Kind of want to forget that ever existed, honestly, at this point. Took a last-second field goal to beat them, but to be fair, though, with all the game-winning drives that the Lions have had against them this year, they very easily could be in the same position the Vikings are at this point. Just saying. Again, do I have to mention what happened to them against the Ravens? Do I have to mention what happened to them against us, the Bears? I mean, that's 3 right there that came down to field goals to beat them. So that's 3. That could be potentially 3+ wins right there. And they're coming back against the Niners. I mean, this Lions team, you cannot take their record. Well, I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, your record is what your record is. But, I mean, they had about 4 or 5 games there that they had in the bag or had a chance to win going late into the game, only to be beaten by either last-second field goals, shenanigans, tomfoolery, whatever you want to say. Plus, as I mentioned, NFC North matchup, never easy. Never easy. Division matchups are always painful, and always crazy, and always just unpredictable. But to be fair, though, I think if you watched enough football with your favorite team, you always know that division matchups usually are, well, unpredictable. Which is why records don't mean anything in a divisional matchup. Records don't mean anything. Plus, we're going to Detroit this time, so, Granted, at this point, again, it's still the Lions, but again, we've had a history against the Lions. The Lions have had history against us. Again, divisional matchups. Those are usually a lot of fun to watch, but they can also be a real big pain in the butt if your team ends up on the wrong side of them. And also on top of that, too, kind of moving forward here, this is also a double week for the Vikings. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, because after we take on Detroit in Detroit, on Thursday, we host the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are fresh off of getting their asses handed to them by Cincinnati. So, again, I'll make a preview about that game probably early this week, or like Sunday or Monday or something like that. Just kind of depends at this point. But yeah, like I say, it's a double game week this week. So we got to be on our toes here, because then after that we go to Chicago on Monday night in Soldier Field, which again is never an easy game for the Vikings. Even though the Vikings teams that have made these big playoff runs and potential, championship runs, every time we go into Soldier Field, that's never easy either. So, kind of looking at the next few games here, it's not going to be easy for us. But, again, do not overlook Detroit, Minnesota. That is the big key to this game. Do not overlook the Lions. Remember what happened week 5. Remember what happened week 5. It took a 54-yard field goal to beat them, after we were controlling the game for the most part. And we'll be without Dalvin Cook yet again. Boy, what is it with Dalvin Cook being injured for all the Detroit matchups? I mean, good God. I remember his rookie year. That's where he tore his ACL, was against Detroit. But anyway. Granted, with that being said, though, Kene Nwangu, whoo, boy, I'll tell you what. I mean, let's not be afraid to use him, guys. I mean, he has 2 kick return touchdowns this year. And by the way, didn't I mention we're 0-2 in those games, too? Boy, this team frustrates me. And to be fair, though, I don't think I'm the only Vikings fan that feels this way. But hey, here we are. It is what it is. Our schedule is what it is. We play who we play. At the end of the day, We just got to go out there and execute. And, yeah, I mean, again, really don't have a formal preview per se, just because, again, the Lions are the Lions. But, again, take every game with a grain of salt, because they are still an NFL team. And do not look ahead to the Pittsburgh game. Because if you overlook Detroit, again, did I mention that like half of their losses are by at least only like a field goal, maybe by only a few points? Like, it's a one-score game in a lot of those losses, including the Thanksgiving game against Chicago, the game in Minnesota, which we should have beaten them by more, but again, that was conservative. Thankfully, though, we're not afraid to throw it across the yard this time, but which, again, poses its own set of issues, too, but I mean, again, as a Vikings fan, if we're going to lose, I'd much rather lose trying than, just, 5-yard screen passes behind the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 20 to C.J. Ham. I mean, again, nothing against C.J. Ham here, but, can we at least attempt to get a few yards here? Can we at least attempt to go down and try to get the first down? But, and again, the Detroit Lions are no team to sneeze at. I've only said this about 1,000 times, but this bears repeating. Do not overlook the Lions. Do not. Which should go without saying, you don't want to overlook any team, especially with it being a short week this week. So, I mean, yeah, like I say, we'll just wait and see what happens because, well, we all know what happened in San Francisco, and even still, we had a chance to potentially go down there and tie it at the very end of the game. Good God, Vikings, why can't you even lose normally? But anyway, yeah, my blood pressure's fine. God, I'm surprised I'm not dead at this point watching this team. Good fucking God. But hey, as long as I'm not, 6 feet under, I'll be watching this team till the bitter end. Why? Well, partially because I'm insane, but also because I love this team. For, well, a lot of reasons here. Especially with this past year being the way it's been, with all my family and all that stuff, and all the loss and all that stuff that I've experienced this year, and just heartache and all that stuff. This is one of the few things that I can look forward to week in and week out, even if it makes me want to jump off a cliff or, smash my head against a brick wall. But, yeah, and with all that said, though, too, I mean, we're still right in this. I mean, the NFC is by no means set at this point. Holy crap. Did I mention, the teams that are still in it are all within, a game or two from each other? With, 4 weeks to go here, I mean, it's not over. So, we still have a chance at this, So, yeah. Basically, that'll wrap up this preview. And again, like I say, with it being a Thursday night week as well, stay tuned and I'll be sure to, probably preview that Monday-ish or so. Just kind of depends on how this game goes against Detroit. So, again, do not overlook Detroit. Let's play the Detroit game and then focus on Pittsburgh when it's time to focus on Pittsburgh. Especially with all of our injuries, Cook being out, Cameron Bynum being out, Darrisaw being out. Let's just focus one game at a time here, fellas. So, until we meet again, this is Jacob. Have a good day. And Skol.